What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Seven Figure Flipping Podcast. Today, I'm going to take you through exactly how to start flipping houses. I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide. Let's get right into it. All right. Step number one, you have to establish a clear vision plan, business plan. You need to set clear goals. It may be to flip just one house. It may be to flip one house per quarter. You have to choose your business entity. So set up an LLC. Now, most people will say you don't need an LLC. That's true. You can flip a house in your name. Absolutely go do that. But honestly, I think we're more scared of setting up a business than we need to be. It's like $150, $200 to set up a business, to set up an LLC. You go to your state website, you set up an LLC, you pay them like $100 and you get something called an EIN number, which goes to your taxes, and the LLC gives you some asset protection. I'm not an asset protection person, so I'm not going to go deep into that. Now, you can also start to build your brand. Now, you don't have to go get a website and get stuff like a logo and all this stuff. You can start totally without this. If this is going to prevent you from starting in real estate, don't waste your time on it, okay? Because the most important thing you can do is drive revenue and start making money so that you can actually grow a meaningful business. Now, let's get into it. Some of the most important stuff is step two, which is building your house flipping team. The number one person I highly, highly recommend, or people that I highly recommend on your team, is your mentor and your coach. Look for somebody who is actually doing what you want to do. Now, there's a lot of noise out there in the space, a lot of people marketing, a lot of people saying, join my group, my community, my mentorship program. Just ask to see their P&L. Ask when they last did a house flip. If you're seeing somebody run ads or you're seeing somebody put stuff out there that's like, hey, I'll teach you how to do this. Just confirm that they do what you do. And then if they have a community, confirm that the people in their community are doing what you want to do. Okay, the second person you need to get on your team is a realtor, a real estate agent that is open to working with real estate investors that will help you to find deals on the MLS, that help you to analyze comps and list your properties once you're done flipping. Super, super important to have a realtor on your team so that they can help you with your numbers. Number three, the hardest piece of being a house flipper is getting good contractors. Licensed general contractors, subcontractors like plumbers, electricians, general construction, flooring, paint, roofing. These are all the types of people that you need to get. I could do a whole episode on finding contractors, but think about where contractors are. Home Depot and Lowe's. If you go to Home Depot Pro Desk and you're there at like 6 a.m, you'll see active contractors going there to pick up or buy materials. Those are probably the people that you want to work with. They're probably not hanging out on Facebook or Instagram or in those kind of places. So that's one place to look. I'll give you one other place, which is drive around the neighborhoods that you're looking to flip in. If you see projects going on, stop in those projects. If you see contractors there and you see good quality work, those are the people to talk to. That's just facts, factual contractors doing work. Okay, number three, the number three person you need on your team is you need money, right? Most people are like, how am I going to get money to flip a house? I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most house flippers are borrowing what's called hard money from a hard money lender, or they're raising private money. There's more on that in the show notes. You can check out our 5-day flip funding challenge, how to raise private capital for your real estate deals. Okay, then you need an attorney and a title company. All right, you need these people on your team, and you need a good CPA and bookkeeper. Critical so that you can keep all your numbers, all your KPIs, all your appropriate information so that you can be profitable on your flips. Okay, step number three is to go and secure the financing. So if you're going to use a hard money lender, you want to get into their system. You want them to get you approved to get hard money, If you're going to use private money, you need to start having these conversations now. Like I said, check out the Flip Funding Challenge in the show notes. That'll give you the A to Z playbook on how to raise private money. You can also go to banks. There are some banks that will do certain bank loans. These are going to be like local banks, credit unions. None of the big banks are going to do any kind of loans like this. So you're looking for local banks. And then probably the last resort, and if you're super risk averse, using your own capital, that could be cash. That could be from a home equity line of credit. That could be from pulling a loan from your whole life policy, things like that. Now, pro tip, using other people's money is how you scale. That can be hard or private money. Those are the two critical components. And like I said, there's a link in the show notes that will take you to our 5-day Flip Funding Challenge, which will show you the exact A to Z process on that. That's the number one thing holding people back. Okay, step number 4, finding profitable deals. Now, you don't have to go spend tens of thousands of dollars on marketing. You can start finding deals on the MLS through your real estate agents. That doesn't cost you anything. You have to get really good at analyzing them, which will be what I talk about in the next step. Or you can do a little bit of marketing. You pick the phone up and call people or knock on doors of houses that are distressed. And we call that going direct to seller. So you can go at MLS, work with an agent. You can go direct to seller. Or there's this whole industry of people called wholesalers that are doing marketing direct to seller. They get a contract, they market it out to fix and flip or BRRRR investors to buy it. You can make relationships with lots of wholesalers and start having them send deals into your email inbox. You underwrite them, you make offers on them, and then you go lock those up. Okay, in order to do that, obviously, step number 5, you have to be able to analyze the deal, which means you need to be able to run comps and determine really just 2 primary numbers. The things you need to get really good at are coming up with an after repair value and coming up with a rehab estimate. There's a lot of other costs in there. Get a simple calculator for this. We've got a bunch of stuff in 7-figure flipping. We've got a ton of videos on this, but being able to analyze the deal. The 2 biggest things is knowing your after repair value and knowing what your rehab costs are, and become a good negotiator. Negotiate a deal that makes sense because you win at the buy. Number 6, renovate efficiently and cost effectively. Budgets and timeline are the 2 things that kill real estate house flippers. So you need to be able to do this efficiently. So you want to focus on high ROI areas and a flip, meaning the things that will get you the best return on your spend. So, do a good job on the kitchen, do a good job on the bathrooms, make sure you have good curb appeal. Also, be very, very careful not to over rehab the house. If you're looking at comps that sold that have been flipped and they don't have marble and granite and all this stuff, if you do that, you're going to over rehab. You're going to spend way more money than you need to. Make sure you're getting multiple contractor bids to dial in your rehab pricing, and have a project management system to track your flip project. So talking about job layers, like who's coming in first, demo, and then drywall, and then paint, and then flooring, and then baseboards, so on and so forth, understanding the job layers of a house flip. Okay. Pro tip, speed, time kills deals. The faster you can get in and out of deals with high quality work, high quality flip, great end product, the more money you will make. The longer a flip takes, the more likely you are for the market to change, the more holding costs you're going to have, the more likely you are not to be as profitable. So you want to be profitable. Time kills deals. Be fast, be efficient, be effective. Okay, let's talk about step number 7, which is selling for the maximum amount of profits. There's little things that matter when it comes to taking a house to the MLS. Number 1 is staging. Now, if you're seeing other flips sell with no staging, that's fine. Maybe you don't need it. But if you do staging, it is probably not going to hurt you if you have good staging. Invest in staging for properties. The other part of this is you need to get professional and really good photography. Adding some nice video, adding some drone shots is critical. Okay. And then pricing strategy. Pricing strategy is super, super important. If your house, if let's say, for example, your sell price after the flip is $410,000, you might want to list at 399. Why? Because people would have their budget set at 399 and below, or 400 and below, even though you're worth 410. Then more people are going to see the property because they're not seeing anything over 400. So if you go to 410, it's only 10 grand. You want to get as many people in there as possible. They'll probably bid it up and you'll get your 410 or maybe even better. So think about pricing strategy. And then my pet peeve is how we market the property on the back end. I want to work with an agent who's going to pull out all the stops. Most agents will say, hey, open houses don't work. I don't care. I want you to do it. I want open houses. I want you to run ads. I want you to put signage out. I want the whole nine. I want the whole nine. If agents are telling you open houses don't work, that's because the agents don't know how to market. If you think about an open house for a real estate property that's selling, an open house is an event. So are they marketing to drive people to that event? And then are people coming to the event, seeing the property, falling in love with the property, and then buying the property for the most amount of money? That's what I want. Okay. And then lastly, we got step number 8, which is tracking your numbers and creating a repeatable process, making sure you are good on your spread, purchase price versus your sell price, your renovation budget versus your actual cost, your days on market, where do those land, and what is your actual profit margin? Those are the things you should be tracking. How long does it take you to get the house? How long does it take you to rehab the house? How long does it take you to get to listed? From the time you're listed to the time you sell. These are all what we call key performance indicators that you should be tracking. Okay, final thoughts here for house flipping. We are 7-figure flipping. We have hundreds of investors across the nation who are doing great flipping houses. The reason they're doing great is because they're following a proven process. They're buying at the right price. They're managing renovations efficiently, and they're selling quickly and profitably because they're executing the right strategies to get people into that house. Okay. If you got something from this guide on how to start flipping houses, now it's a lot in a short amount of time. Go back, listen again, take notes, all 8 steps. If you follow that, I guarantee you can make money. If you think about this, most people are making between $30,000 and $50,000 net profit on their flips if they're doing it efficiently and right. You only need to flip 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 houses and you're making a couple $100,000 a year. I don't know about you, but for me, that would have replaced my W-2 job when I had one. And I know a lot of us feel like we just want something more. We feel a calling to do real estate. This is such a great way to get in and create and replace your active income. These 8 steps are the pathway. And like I said so many times on here, if you're feeling a little bit scared about getting the money or about making a mistake, that's why you need to join a program. That's why you need to get a coach. That's why you need mentors around you. It doesn't have to be us, it could be anybody, but go out and find somebody that you trust and that will make sure that they're preventing you from making the same mistakes that many of us have made over the years. So if you like this podcast, leave us a 5-star review, like or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll continue to do more of this so that I can bring value to you guys. And hopefully one day you guys take action on this, have a lot of success, feel compelled to come join us in our amazing elite community. That would be amazing for me. And of course, it's application and invite only. So you can always feel free to see if you are qualified to hang out with us. All right, cool. Great talking to you guys today. Like and subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. See you on the next one.